I think what you saw happen in 2020 and what we're going to continue to see in 2021, right, is the cream rises to the top. You know, you're seeing who the real operators are. It reminds me a lot of the recession in 2008. The exact same thing happened, right? We had a period where we just weren't selling cars. Then we came out of that period, and you saw really quickly who were the real operators and who weren't, right? So you're seeing dealerships understand that they have to process their way to profitability, all right? That you can't operate a store just the way you used to. Now, there are still dealerships out there that are just sitting there waiting for things to come back to normal. And it also kind of depends on where the hell you are in the world and the country right now, right? I mean, there are some dealerships that honestly didn't really get socially impacted by what happened for COVID. That's not the case for us here. I think some dealerships are doing a great job of adapting it. Others aren't. The one thing I think that's probably consistent across the board is the industry is realizing that they can do a lot with a little. All right, and when they have the processes in place, all right, you don't need just necessarily throw bodies at a problem as much as you just need to throw process at a problem. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing for our entire industry, right? If you look at like the processes that were required, you know, during the last 18 months in the sense of how we communicate to customers. You know, we've had to up our game in a huge way on those processes because for a lot of dealerships, you couldn't just come to the dealership. If you can, you have to create an appointment. All right. The traffic coming through the door is no longer what it used to be, but the traffic online and the inquiries coming from your digital dealership has exponentially increased. So you know, it's not necessarily, you know, are you good about Are you good with talking in front of someone? That's great, but are you great at talking and connecting with someone online? Because it's an entirely different skill set, right? So I think as an industry, we're doing a good job of adopting. But if you look at individual dealerships, it depends, you know. I mean, you can see some are still just barely holding on, and then some are actually prospering, right? I mean, I was at a dealership the other day, and, you know, looking over their financial statement, and they've had the most profitable 12 months they've ever had on record. And that's actually not even including what they're getting from as far as like CERB and other credits and stuff like that. It's not including that. They're just being more profitable now because they're processing and they cut back so much of that labor waste that they had in the past. So